maybe I'll always feel the jitters and stuff like that before I go on stage, because I see artists that have been doing it for a while and they still get a bit nervous.
It's interesting you say that, because some people who are so successful, they say sometimes that success breeds complacency.
Well, I say complacency is death. The minute you start feeling like, you know, it's harder to be at the top than to get to the top. It's the most pressure in the world because you know that there are 1,000,000,001 people that want your spot, and you gotta work as hard as you've ever worked. And I always feel like I have to do it because, first of all, when you are an up-and-coming artist, you think about the times when, you know, you wanted to do an interview or you wanted to do a performance and you didn't have the opportunity. So you just gotta always think of it like that. You know, no matter what's going on, you just gotta get it done. I just get it done.
Having said that, what's the furthest you've been from today? What's the furthest you've been from success where you thought this might never happen?
I moved out of my mother's home at one time, wanting to be, you know, on my own. And I remember thinking, what did I just do? Maybe this isn't gonna work. And I remember someone telling me that, like, you know, this is not gonna work for you. You're living in a fantasy world and you need to go back to doing your 9 to 5. And I was like looking in my refrigerator, empty, my cabinet's empty, nothing there, no money in the bank, no money in my pocketbook. And, you know, for a little slight moment, I was like, they're right. I need to go back home to my mother. I need to go get a 9 to 5. I need to just be a regular person and forget this music thing.
What pulled you through?
I think just like faith in God. And I always speak to people like that can encourage me. Like even now, I'll speak to like my pastor and be like, can you just pray with me? Because I need some sort of guidance right now. And I think that's what's always got me through. Like my mother kept me in church when I was younger. So I never really strayed far from that in terms of like my belief and my faith and my drive. So I always believe that any and everything is possible if you really believe and if you really do the work.
What was your 9 to 5 at that time?
At that time, I had started doing customer service.
What were you selling? Were you good at customer service?
I was a bit snappy. Like, I was doing, around that time, I was working for like a telephone company. And, you know, every day I kind of had to deal with people whose phones weren't working. But they were businesses, so they were like spazzing out. And I would be like, please help. And then like trying to figure out, and I'm like, you know, I'm sorry, we're trying to fix it. And it was a lot. It was a bit crazy.
Conversations are a little different, I'm sure, nowadays.
Yes.